Sorry, guys. Good morning. Thank you for taking a peek and watching some gardening today. My name's Allie. I'm in Zone 10, Florida, very tropical climate, and trying to do the best with the weather and the pests to have a successful garden. But this morning, I'm just out here getting ready to do a little bit of harvesting and picking things. Right now, I'm going to go and I'm going to grab a couple of loofah from over here. These loofahs, I'm going to go ahead, save the seeds, and I'll be saving the sponges too. So that's why I let them get a little yellow. I find that to be the most ideal spot for me for cleaning them. Some more loofahs in here I'll let ripen a little bit. And then we have the cucuzza or serpentine gourd. This one right here I'm trying to grow for seeds. I hope you guys can see that. And then we got some new young ones starting out. And then our big, huge loofah, that one's going to wait a little bit longer to get seeds. I think there was one more of these. Yeah, right here. All right. Reconnecting. Okay. I don't know how much of that was the signal. I'm going to try and bring this back in. Okay, so I just got these two loofah gourds. I'm going to move these guys out of the way for now. And grab some scissors. And I will show you how I get the seeds out of here. As usual, I'm unorganized. Nothing's ever where I want it. I spend more time walking back and forth than I do gardening. And the chair was wet. Okay, let's see if I can get on here to see the chat. All right. So I'll set that over here. And these are our loofahs. I kind of cut the end of it off. Oh, it's going to have nice seeds in it. And then I cut the other end off. And I either use my finger, knife, scissors, whatever is handy. And just make a slit down it. And then I peel them. They can be a little softer and easier to peel when they're more ripe. But I like to get them at this stage because the sponge itself is still very white. I mean, minus the dirty marks from my hands. And it hasn't gotten the brown or discolored areas. Although it's probably going to be a bit discolored down here. Good morning. I try to type when I can. And then I just slit it and then, well, normally it peels a little bit easier. I think the minute you try to show anybody anything, it's going to automatically give you more struggle. Okay. Now you'll see right here that it's going to be a little bit discolored where this bruised or damaged area is. It could have been pest damage when it was smaller. Could have been something ate into it now. I used to peel them at the completely brown stage, and they peel rather easily then. If I had let these dry until tomorrow before I did this, it would have been a little easier. But I wanted to go ahead and do it while I have the camera set up. And I just put my finger in and kind of slide down. That works pretty well. I'm just going to put all this in the ground. Okay. And then what I do is normally on a 5-gallon bucket, but I wanted to do it here so you can see, is I just beat it back and forth. And you end up with this massive amount of seeds. And there's still more in there, but I'm going to spray it out before I finish doing that. And that's another reason I kind of cut the end so you have that nice open area for those seeds to just come flying out. And you can even do like that, get a majority of them start to come out right away. All right. There we go. You can see this one's a little bit more yellow. It's a little easier to peel. Comes off in one easy peel there. No, not so lucky with the other side. But you can see how much easier a couple days makes. And then a really cute idea is once you clean these out, get the last little bit of seeds out, is sometimes when you have an end that's kind of damaged like this, is I take them like this, kind of flatten them out, and I'll roll them over and get some type of natural fiber or something and just kind of sew the edge right here, and it makes a little loop, and you can put a little string there to make it hangable bath sponge. I'm just going to go ahead, dislodge any more seeds in this little guy here. Okay, there's still a couple in there, but you can see it's pretty much a cleaned out sponge. Now I'm going to go ahead and hose them with really strong pressure to blast any of the pulp off of the fiber. Right now I'm cleaning loofah. Sorry, it is hard to type with my hands all yucky. But right now, just going to go ahead and hose it down. Go turn this on. Okay. Turn this over here so I can make sure you guys can see. Really high pressure. Blast it out. You can see it's getting nice and I want to get out of the sun. Where I've sprayed it. Okay, and that should dislodge a lot more seeds. So then I'll just go ahead and right back over the bucket. Like I said, I usually do quite a few at a time, and I'll do them in a 5-gallon bucket. There's a couple in there. See. Yeah, that looks like a mostly cleaned out, ready to go sponge. And I'll let this dry for a day or two outside. Maybe spray it down one more time, and that'll be ready to use. All right, I'm gonna try and move back over here to the table. Good morning, good morning. Sometimes it takes me a minute to get to the chat. I am sorry about that. It's just with dirty and wet hands, it can be difficult going back and forth. So the next thing I want to go harvest and see if we can get you over there is the roselle, the white roselle. My red is still blooming, not quite ready to pick yet. Let's see how I can do this. Sorry guys, give me just a minute. I'm just trying to be able to keep the signal up here for the internet and be able to zoom in a little bit. Okay, hopefully that will work. Oh, okay. That's not very good, but it's the best I got right now. So I'm just going to fill them up in my shirt. But when you guys see how big these roselles are, they're huge. Okay, so this is my white roselle plant. And we're going to go ahead and pick off some of these calyxes. I guess I should have brought the clippers instead of scissors, because these things are pretty strong and huge. If you guys can see these are very large roselles on here. I'm just going through, grabbing the ones that are ready. And this was probably going to rebloom again because it's not even starting to cool off yet. All right, some of the smaller ones, I guess I'm going to go ahead and leave for right now. Sorry about the dizziness there, guys. All right. Okay, so these are the white roselle I just picked. I'm going to go grab a knife and show you how I clean them. They are safe.
And I don't have the jurisdiction to take criminal crimes they may or may not have committed on them. Sir, I urge you to reconsider. There's nothing to reconsider, son.
Okay. So I got a little. Here's our roselle. But what I do, break the stem off, or you can just leave the stem on and cut it off. And then I cut right around it like this. And, well, I didn't do it very gracefully, but pop the top off. I've seen some people that use like a punch thing to punch the seed pod back out. I don't have that. Or maybe it's not even a special tool. But just right here under the bottom petal pieces, I just go through and make a little cut. Let's see, turn this a little bit so you can probably see better. Hopefully that helps. And then I'll set those aside. I'll see how they dry out. They should probably have decent seed in them. But just right under the edge, all the way around. And this is how we cut them. How I cut them. I mean, I guess this is probably wasteful because this is, you know, really all usable as well. I'm not super efficient at this, I suppose. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for taking a peek and watching me garden. This morning I'm cutting up some white roselle calyxes. I don't make any type of cool fancy drink or anything out of them. I literally just kind of crush them up and throw them in my ice water. And I love it. I don't sweeten it or anything. It's got like a real citrusy cranberry type of tartness, and it's delicious. All right, so we're gonna put these over here and keep on going. We got quite a good pile, and some of these are they're a nice size. All right. There we go. And I just throw all the little pieces of all the vegetation I'm working with down here, and they'll just go in my compost or even in the bottom of a pot and just let them compost in place. I do that regularly too. All right. About 10 more, guys. All right. Get these peeled up, and then I'll rinse them off, and I just put them in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator because I'll use all these within a few days. Everybody's like, oh, you can dry them out, but they don't last that long for me. All right, so going here. Oh, that's just a piece of a bud that had died. I thought it was a bug. And you know, these actually almost even remind me in a way of a flavor of a, you get a strawberry that's like really tart. It almost has that same flavor in it that smoothies do. All right, down to 4 more. Oh, I pulled one off early. That was a flower waiting to bloom. And the flowers and the leaves are edible as well. Oh, this one must not have been properly pollinated. As you can see, the seeds didn't form in there. That or a bug could have gotten into it. All right, 2 more. All right, and then I'll take those. I'll end up rinsing them off, putting them inside in the fridge. These seeds, I'll set them aside, let them dry out, turn brown, and then I'll crack them open. Most of them should be formed enough to have good viable seed in it. A couple of small ones may not. But there's the seed product we're saving, and here's all the calyxes. And these are great for munching on too when I'm outside. All right. Chew that first. Okay, these are our Chinese noodle red beans I was saving for seed. So I let them get really mature on the vine till they're like this and kind of wrinkled and puffy, airy inside. That means the seeds are fully developed. Or it doesn't mean they're fully developed, it's a sign that they are. And then when you peel them out, you're going to get these little brown seeds. All right, finally got the right piece there. All right, and you see the beans just fall right out. The ones that are still kind of soft, I will leave them out in a mesh bag to dry. I don't put any of my seeds in plastic bags. I put them in paper or mesh. And then you just control the environment they're in. But I have accidentally stored seeds too early and ended up with a bag of moldy seeds. That's why I don't use plastic. All right, so these are the red noodles. Let's see what we got already out of here. 2, 4, 6, 13. We got 14. 15. 16. Looks like 17 seeds out of this one pod. And by saving the seeds, every time they're grown here, each generation, they're more and more acclimated to the temperatures and the environment here. So that makes them even better. Now, they are going to be a bit smaller out of these brown, shriveled up, drier pods because they've already lost a lot of their moisture, weight, and shrunken up. They are easier to get out at this stage because they just kind of push through the skin. Yeah, that one's, nope, that one's deformed. When any of them are like seriously deformed or overly small, anything like that, I just go ahead and dispose of those seeds. I don't keep them for growing. And if you get them at just the right stage, they peel apart perfect. No, it ripped. All right, so I wasn't counting out of this one. This was a good sized pod too. All right, we're getting a whole pile of seeds for our Chinese red noodle. Oh, dropped one. Can't waste a seed. All right. Nice little beans in here. Looking good. Nope. Nope. There we go. All right. Nope. Nope. Oh, almost missed one here. And then I try and take little bits of the seed that stick onto it right off. Just wipe it. So is anybody watching doing any gardening? You have any plants growing right now? I'd like to know what's growing in other areas. All right. All right. A few more. Oh, this one's not going to rip. This is awesome. Only once in a while do I get one to open all the way without a struggle. Okay. All right, so we got a whole bunch of seeds here starting to build up. This will be an excellent start for long beans again in spring. I won't start anymore now. I have some growing, but I won't start anymore until like February. I'm in a frost-free zone mostly. It's very uncommon to get frost, so I could grow these year-round, but I'll just get some more going. If these plants don't make it through the winter on their own, which a lot of times they do. I don't think it really classifies as winter if you don't get frost. All right, last one. Okay, and that's about it for those. And these little guys here that I'm going to save the seeds out of, these are the mirasaki sweet pepper. And it's a little Japanese purple pepper. They look like spicy chili peppers, but these are actually excellent sweet peppers. I'm going to go ahead and, actually, I'm just going to plant them directly right now, I think. Actually, I will wait to do that because I'm going to do that in my cell trays. So to save the seeds from these, I just slit them down the middle. Kind of open them up and then rub the seeds off. You can plant them fresh, which I actually think I get a lot better germination planting fresh seeds right out of the pepper. Actually, I cut the pepper and I just bury it with the open side facing up. That's how I plant them from fresh. But when you dry them, I group plant them and germinate them in, well, not inside, but on the porch in a closed container. Because I feel like when they get exposed to the extremes around here, they don't germinate well. I struggle more with peppers than anything. But that being said, I do have some beautiful pepper plants out there. No, we're not letting any of you guys get away. All right. Actually, I could be eating these. They are great pepper. They are stingy on the seeds, though. That's why I make sure I get every single one of these guys. Oh, this one's actually really good. That's got quite a bit of seeds in here. All right. Now, these peppers here are not a beautiful, wonderful, sweet pepper. These will ruin your life if you don't eat hot peppers. I did not know. I promise you. Where I'm in Florida in zone 10. All right, let's hope my phone doesn't get too overheated. All right, let me go take all these beautiful seeds up there and put these away. Oh, a couple of things, they don't even need to be saved. I'm not going to plant that. Actually, I almost should as an experiment. See if these little tiny seeds are actually even germinate, and if they do, what becomes of them. But these are our seeds. These are our roselle calyxes, and then we got seeds for the mirasaki sweet pepper. Not a ton of seeds, but these are kind of chintzy plant ones. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and move those up out of the way, and I will probably start transplanting cabbages. So I'm just going to move everything. And I will be back in just a couple moments. Ow. Okay. That's some stuff that I'm harvesting and saving seeds for. And the white things are my I put in my drinks. All right, there's those cabbages. Now let me find some cell trays. Okay. All right. I'm gonna probably move this over here out of the sun. Stay hydrated, get something to drink. Yeah, I'm just gonna finish planting up these cabbages real quick. Okay. So I'm just gonna put a tiny bit of dirt on the bottom just so that the roots aren't touching the bottom. And then grab a tray. And you can see these are very ready to plant. And I'm just gonna drop them in. And I'll just grow them out just a little bit more in these trays before sticking them out into the gardens anywhere. All right, so we got 6 of them. I generally kind of prune off some lower leaves at this time just because they're not benefiting the plant any. They're kind of damaged a little. And then and after that, you know, everything's going to get a little sprinkle of organic plant food. And after that, I'm just going to backfill them. Well, hang on one second, guys. Oh. All right, when my phone tries to catch up, I'm just going to keep backfilling these guys. And then you can see we have these. We'll do them up in 6 packs, get them from those smaller cells. Let them grow out and feed them just a little bit more before I plant them out. Hang on one second. My phone is just not working worth anything. Okay. This is great. Now let me try and get back to live. Okay. I think I'm there. No, if it'll load. Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, so I only have a couple trays available until I move some. All right, same thing. This is a gold acre cabbage, by the way. I'm just going to go ahead and drop them in 1 per cell, kind of picking off the lower leaves in the process. They'll adapt better to transplanting that way too. All right, 4 or 5, and 1 more. Hang on 1 second, guys. Okay. And then same thing, I'm going to just take a little tiny bit, because they're babies, of plant food and give that to them. And then we're just going to fill them in. That, and another reason I'm not planting them directly out and I'm keeping them in cell trays still, is I can keep them kind of somewhat shaded closer to the porch, so that they aren't as traumatized by the Florida weather. All right. I'm going to go ahead and use up what dirt I got left, and I'm going to call it good for now, take a little break, get some other things done, and possibly come back and do this again later today. I'm just going to go ahead and plant out this one tray here. And then I've got to get to watering and get some other things taken care of. There's 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, almost forgot my plant food. Let's see, just a little tiny bit. Oh, where you at? Look, there you are. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off for now, but hopefully I'll get a chance to come back on later on this evening, or maybe well, it's usually hot too late in midday. I probably won't do that. But thank you guys for watching and keeping an eye on what we're doing here in the garden. I enjoyed having you guys follow along, and I will be back later. Go ahead, subscribe to my channel, and check out my shorts feed for daily updates of what I've got growing.